Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. It is Wednesday, and I am sitting in front of Shaw's. I know, I'm not ever here on a Wednesday, but I wanted to come and pick up my pork tenderloin. They were out when I came on Monday, and they said they'd be getting a shipment in today, so I had planned on coming here today to pick up the pork and hopefully the correct Big Book of Savings. The one that I showed you guys on Monday was the wrong one. And I'm going to admit, I even looked at the date, and for some reason in my mind, it's like, oh yeah, this is the right one. Since I never picked it up last month, I hadn't seen it in my hands, so it didn't look similar to me because I never really looked at the actual one last month, only the one that they have on Shaw's site. So anyway, here's what's happening. I am so glad that I get a chance to chat with you right now because I need you guys desperately at the moment. My mother has her first, I don't know what her title is, but she's the personal care and cleaning person. First visit today. She arrived at 1 o'clock. A little bit late because they sent her to Grove Street, not Grove Avenue. As much as I make that so clear, it is so hard to get that right. Even the ambulance, when my mother had a bloody nose last year and I had to call the ambulance, they went to Grove Street. They said that that's what the person said our address was coming up on the 911 info. So I called and made sure that that was changed. Then when I had to call the ambulance again for my mother, I asked them, what do you have us under? She says, we have you as Grove Street. I said, that is supposed to be changed. So I don't know if it has been changed yet or not, but wrong. We're Grove Avenue. Okay, now that y'all know where I live, oh my God, I am so stressed right now. It probably sounds weird that I'm stressed because somebody is helping my mother, but here's the deal. My mother can make me very, very nervous around other people. I never know what she's going to say or do or how she's going to sound or what she's going to say to them. So I try to always prepare someone new who's coming into the house specifically to do stuff with her, which is never happens. So I'm not used to this. Bye-bye. I guess he didn't like parking next to me. Pulled in, pulled out. So I just wanted to catch is it all right if I call her a girl? I'm still a girl. I like being called a girl. I'm going to call her a girl. She looks young, like a girl. I caught her before she came in and just told her, I sometimes get embarrassed by what my mother says, and she can be moody, and, I just want you to know, don't take it personally, and this and that, and whatnot. And the girl was just very, very silent. She's just like, yeah, okay. I said, all right, come on in and meet my mother. And we went on my mother's side, and my mother happened to be in the bathroom. So I just had the girl. I just don't feel like I should say her name. So I said, just have a seat. So she sat down, and my mother came out, and I don't even know. I mean, she was like, my mother's like, oh, hello. And I know she said hi back. And then my mother sat down and nobody was talking. I mean, I was like, please, you girl, run this show. I mean, I'm just so terrible at stuff like this. And I was so instantly sick to my stomach. So I'm sure I just blurted stuff out and rambled on and said probably ridiculous things, and I just didn't know what to say, what to do. And then my mother said a few things, and then my mother says, oh, Darlene, go get me my clothes in the dryer so I can fold them. And I was like, well, I says, I think you have help with that now? And she's like, oh, no, you go get me that. And so instantly I get up and I go get my mother's clothes while the girl sits there saying absolutely nothing. I mean, I would have liked her to chime in and say, that's okay, Marguerite, this is my job and I'm willing to do but she didn't say anything. So I go get the clothes out of the dryer, give my mother the basket of clothes, put it by her feet, sit back down, and I was like, oh, this isn't going well. And my mother's like, well, I want you to go get her this and go get her this and go get her this. And so I asked the girl, do you ever go to homes where there's just the elderly person and no one else to help? And she said, yes. And I said, okay. So I said, Ma, she knows how to do this. I'm assuming, I have no reason to believe that the girl knows what she's doing because I felt like she was just sitting there didn't know what to do. So, but I said, I'm going to go in the other room. I said, I'm actually going to go to Shaw's because I need to go to Shaw's. So I said, I'm going to let you two get to know each other and you guys can work it out and figure out how to do this because I'm not doing a good job. So I told my mother, I said, if you want her to find something, you just explain to her where it is and she can go look for it. That's what she's here for. Just pretend that I'm not here because she goes to houses where there's nobody there to go get the laundry for their mother. So I heard, what can I call her? I know what we'll call her. T. So T said nothing. She said absolutely nothing, and I started to walk out and I said, oh, I will bring you the stick vac. That's all I have right now. I have a vacuum, but I want a new one. So I gave her my Bissell stick vac, which has over 10,000 hits on YouTube. I was happy about that. My review of the Bissell stick vac. Anyway, so I brought that in, put it on next to the wall, and I told them I'll be leaving, and I shut the door. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. So I went and sat down at my computer for a little bit. I didn't really hear any talking, but then all of a sudden I heard the vacuum. So I know my mother's getting her place vacuumed, but I just don't know how my mother's going to have enough stuff for her to do for 2.5 hours, 3 days a week. We should have started with 2. They wanted 7 days a week. They said, we can have somebody there 7 days a week. I'm like, 7 days a week? I haven't seen somebody in my house 7 days in the past year. I can't have somebody coming over 7 days a week. I will go nuts. The one thing about T is I don't think she'll ever be chatty with me because I don't know if she knows how to speak. So I don't think I have to worry about her chatting it up when she's on her way out. I think I can sit there and type and be as antisocial as I want, and that might work for her. Oh my God, you guys. I'm so sick to my stomach. What if my mother is in misery because I'm not there? Serves her right. I'm sure everything's going fine. I don't know what to anticipate after that girl leaves. My mother could absolutely love her. My mother could absolutely hate her. See, this is the thing. My mother is not predictable at all. So it could be, I don't want her coming over here anymore, and then it's like it falls on me to deal with that. You know what I think? If my mother were to say something like that, or if she gets to the point where she's going to say something like that, I'll dial the phone for her and I'll be like, here, you talk to them. Because I'm tired of passing on these messages. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. But I have to get used to this. I just do. I have to, because, and it's not that I'm a slob, but yes, I don't vacuum my mother's side of the house like I should. She wants it clean. I want my house clean, but I'm going to tell you something. Those of you with kids, maybe this will be something that you can know not to do. My mother was very, very critical with me when it came to cleaning as I was growing up. First of all, I don't really remember being allowed to do any cleaning or things on my own. Like other kids are allowed to make their bed, and if it's messy, they get praise, and it stays that way. Well, I wasn't allowed to do that because the bed had to be made, and it had to look good. And a kid wasn't going to be able to do that. So it was always my mother who did everything. She wanted to do everything because it would get done the way she wanted. Then when I started doing things, she would redo them right behind me and not care that I saw that she was redoing what I had done. I could do dishes and she would go and take those dishes and redo them. That stayed with me the rest of my life. That look at how tense I am. Can you tell? That I wasn't good enough. I didn't do things the right way. And as much as I tried, and I'm telling you, ironically, I tried to do that so much because I wanted it to be the one thing that I could do that would please her, but I don't think it ever pleased her. So it's like I gave up. It's like I have to just give up trying because it's never going to be good enough no matter what I do. And you know, when I was a pregnant teenager, I felt so guilty that I worked so hard while I was pregnant. First of all, I had high blood pressure, so they took me out of school. The doctor took me out of school, so I was home around the clock, pregnant, feeling guilty, you know, and I would do so much work around the house. I remember I even went and got paint, and they were gone to the mountains for a ride one day, and I was pregnant on a ladder painting the wall. And I don't even know that they wanted the walls painted. I was just trying to do something to be helpful. I wanted so much to show that I cared and that I wanted to do things for them. And it was just never good enough. It just wasn't. So I didn't get the praise that I liked. And so I guess the whole point of this story is I think you get what you ask for. My mother wanted to do the cleaning, and she didn't let me do my share and make me feel good about it. So now she got some messy house. And it still hurts me that my side is cluttered and not what she wants. I mean, she always had it decorated so nice, and curtains and beautiful furniture. And, well, not beautiful furniture, but you know what I mean. About the beautifulest furniture little money could buy. But she kept it nice, and she took pride in it. And now, you know, it's something that embarrasses her. She's embarrassed that I have just blinds in the windows and no drapes. That to her, that is just, you just don't do stuff like that. And so she's the type that if somebody comes over, she will apologize to the person for having to have walked through my side of the house. And that embarrasses me. It embarrasses the person. I mean, they don't know what to say, you know. It's like, oh. So you can tell that, I don't know. I just don't want somebody coming to help my mother to be more work for me. I'm afraid that my mother will be like, well, I want you to do this before she comes, and I want you to do that before she comes, and you know, so I'm just going to have to say, sorry, Mom. She can do it. You got tea now. Tea's your girl. It's pouring, and I love it. And I have no umbrella, then that's fine. I like walking in the rain. I'm going to go in for my pork. Oh, I've got to relax. I am so stressed. And you know that I think this is the third day in a row that I forgot to take my meds. I have to take my meds when I get home. Not a good time for me to be off antidepressants. And I just go through periods where I just forget. It's like, I don't know. I try the pill thing, so I know, but then I forget to put them in the pill thing. I'm the one who needs an assistant. All right, I'm going to run in. I'm going to see if I can get the big book. I hope I do. I hope I can get it because I need to scan something and be busy and preoccupied. I'm going to be thinking about this all now till she comes again on Friday. Oh, and now tomorrow I have somebody coming for her life alert. I had an appointment yesterday with somebody for paperwork. I know this part will calm down. And right now it's just, you know, setting up all these different people that are coming and, oh my goodness. So tomorrow it's life alert. So that person is coming at 3:30. And I've got that. And then Friday, tea comes again, and so I have that. And then Saturday, I stand in my jams all day. I don't care. And I think I can be in my jams when tea comes. I don't think that should matter, right? Right? Even though my mother would want me to be dressed. Right? My mother still gets mad that I go out without a coat. What are people going to think? What are people going to think seeing you out there without a coat? What are they going to think? I'm like, Mom, what do I care what they think? Should I care what people think? I shouldn't care. But I hear it in my head every time I go out. My mother must be mad that I'm going out without a coat. Because somehow that reflects on how she raised me. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go in and get the big book, and I shall return. That went really well. First of all, yes, I'm wearing the same shirt that I had on Monday, and I also had this shirt on the Monday before. From the previous Monday to this past Monday, it had gotten washed. But from Monday to Wednesday, didn't get washed. It's recycled. Ain't ashamed to admit it, but don't tell my mother, because what will people think? A little bit more on that, but first let me tell you. The woman at customer service was just super nice. My cashier was super nice. My bag girl was super nice. Everybody was nice except for maybe the guy behind me. He was like, he had no sense of humor. My roasts were there. Let me see. Glasses. Where are you? Here they are. See? Instead of $5.99 a pound, they're $1.88 a pound. They are so tender. And so I paid only $4.21 instead of $13.42. That is a significant savings. I bought 4 of these. And then I got, since it's $1.88 a pound, I got 2 of the Shady Brook Farms ground turkey. So happy about that. Oops, I've got a bag as I go. Then in reduced, I got, cookies were marked down to $1. So I got, they were $1.99 marked down to $1. These are peppermint chip cookies. And then this one is, with pecans, cranberry pecan, $1. Then I got the big book of savings. So happy because I really, really am in the mood to scan this tonight and do deals. So I look at the coupons really quick, see if there's anything that jumps out at me. $1 off 1 Shaw's Country Bread. That's not bad. Oh, we got the Mission, this is for the Mission Pepito tortillas. Can't really see because I have rain in my glasses. But anyway, I will certainly be looking through this and posting deals. I'll be happy to have something to do to occupy my stressed out mind. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was in the store walking around, I started getting horrible guilt for talking about my mother in any way other than the perfect light that she would like to be talked about as. Does that make sense? But I feel like it's very hard for me to be me unless I'm actually me. You know, I can't pretend my life was any different than it was. I know my mother did the absolute best job she was capable of doing, and I know that it's as an adult, and I'm an adult. I'm 55, and my mother can make me feel like I'm a 5-year-old. I just never knew how to deal with it, and it's mainly because I was an alcoholic. All my life I drank all the worries away. So I never really got to deal with things, and I've been sober, 15 years now? And it's like, it wasn't until maybe 5 years ago that I started realizing I had issues. I had issues in my life, my past, my family. I mean, it's just, there's a reason why I was a drunk and why I started drinking so incredibly young. And I'll talk about that more if any of you are interested, but, you know, it was not a perfect childhood, not a perfect life. I mean, I would do everything different if I could. So anyway, with that said, I feel like there's nothing wrong with me saying how I feel about things, because it's my life. Anybody who contributed to the things that make me the way I am, well, they contributed to it. I shouldn't have to make that a secret, you know? And people just like to keep secrets, I think. And of course it was banged into my head that you certainly didn't tell anybody anything that made the family look at all dysfunctional or odd or unusual, or, you know, it's like you had to just always paint a pretty picture. Now, my picture is certainly not horrid like many. I mean, there are people who suffer horrible childhoods and, you know, tremendous tragedy and just, you know, horrible things. So I'm not trying to say that, oh, my life was so horrible, but the way I dealt with it, it was horrible because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't have anybody to really help me deal with things. I chose to drink all my life, and, you know, and that wasn't a way, and nobody helped me with that. I mean, it was like, I don't know. It's just hard, and it's sad, and I feel like my whole life just passed me by, and now I'm 55 years old, and I'm finally starting to have a voice. So I appreciate that. So I know there's people out there who will think I'm throwing my mother under the bus, because that's how my mother would be thinking if she knew I was telling you this. And she doesn't watch my videos. I'm not going to say things that are anything but true. So you know what? If it's true and it happened, then, you know, is that on my shoulders to keep a secret all my life? No, I don't think it is. She's responsible for anything that she did, as is anybody in my family responsible for what they did. And because somebody utters it and makes it known doesn't mean that it's me that's bad. If I say something that's true, then it's true. And it's my truth, and it's what I lived, and it's, to me, there's nothing wrong with anybody knowing that, because I think it's the secrets that are so painful. So this is my therapy. I've told you before, YouTube is my therapy. And if you don't like the things I talk about, or you think I'm being, not kind or disrespectful, well, you can, you don't have to watch. That's really all I can say, because I really think I'm going to be doing more talking like this. And you don't even know the half of the other side of my stress that I have going on right now. I told you the other day that there's something very stressful going on in my life that you know nothing about, and I don't even think you could guess it. I mean, it's just stuff. Again, it's stuff that I don't talk about. So maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see what kind of feedback I get for this video, because I do have some haters out there who like to tell me what I should and shouldn't do. And you know what? I've been told that enough in my life, so I'm going to be deaf and blind to those kinds of comments. From now on, I think I should do only what I feel like doing. I feel better. We have a flyer to scan, and then I have to go and see how things are going at home. Now, see, do I go? Do I say, I'm home? How are things going? Do I do that, or do I just go to my computer and work? I don't know what to do. I just don't know. I don't know how to handle things like this. I don't know how to talk to people, especially to somebody who said 3 words the whole time I was there. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I'm very nervous, but I will learn. I will learn how to deal with this. I did tell T when she came in that there's always a chance that my mother could shoo her out the door, because my mother's done that before when I had visiting nurses for my dying father. I mean, she was just fed up with these people coming over. You people don't come over here anymore. And it's like, Gisma, they help us. Daddy's dying. It's like, I think she was just nervous. It makes her nervous that people come in. So I told T that, if it gets to that, we have to find a way to make my mother understand that the help needs to come in. Even though it's, it would be very easy for me to say, yes, Ma, yeah, you don't want anybody coming over, I'm in with that. I mean, but I know it needs to be done, so I don't know. I just know that my mother will be very happy that the place is vacuumed, and I hope now I just don't hear how, it's too bad you couldn't ever do things like that for me. So, because it's stuff like that. I never know what to expect. I never know, so I get so worried. When I get home, is my mother going to be happy and thankful that she had help, or is she going to be mad that all of a sudden T was a better daughter than I ever was? I just don't know. I don't know what to expect. But I do know I need to take my antidepressant just to be prepared. It would be a Xanax day, I'm telling you, but I don't take Xanax anymore. All right, that's it. I will keep you up to date on how this goes, and like I said, you guys are my outlet. I appreciate it. I need it. I need this. If I didn't get to say all these things right now, I would be just so incredibly stressed. And I know I'm going to go home and feel better, and that no matter what happens, I'll be able to say, hey, this isn't so bad, and it'll give me something to talk about. We'll see how that works for me. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. I think I'm going to be running out of battery here, so I better stop. That's it. I'll talk to you soon. I kind of liked this Wednesday at Shaw's. Maybe we'll do this every week. It'll be my Wednesday therapy session with my YouTube viewers. Anyway, I appreciate it so much. Bye. I love you. Bye.